Hey, good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. I hope I'm audible and it's been loud and clear to everyone. Hey, team, can you just confirm on the chat, please?
Yes, sure.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, thank you, Rahul. So, good morning and welcome to Cloud Journey. My name is Robin. Let me share my screen first. I hope you can able to. Um,
Yes,
Sagar,
Robin.
Sagar, can you just help me to get this host ID, please? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, team. I hope you can able to see the screen, right?
Yes.
Yes. So
Yes,
good
yes.
morning and happy Wednesday to everyone. Network Journey is welcome to you for a cloud discussion, and the program is for AZ700, basically starting for the cloud networking. I know a few people maybe it's been starting your journey on in a cloud, and let me welcome all the members who joined for this discussion, and wishing you all the best on the cloud journey. Now today's discussion is about understanding about a cloud computing. All of us maybe is already heard a lot about cloud computing. Few people maybe already done a couple of programs on cloud computing also. You maybe completed AZ900 or a couple of cloud fundamental courses on a different training vendor or from a Microsoft programs or a town hall. So what I'm trying to do here is this program has been going to be completely a mentorship kind of a program. We are not just wanting to finish the training program and leaving you here. We always here to mentor you. So this entire training program is going to be a practical oriented, case study based. We'll be considering more into a practical approach, especially what really going to happen in a production infrastructure or what's really happening on in the cloud world. More practical oriented training and session planning.
జగన్మోహన్ రెడ్డి గారు ఇచ్చే నువ్వేంటి ఇక్కడ
Everyone-
పొద్దున్నే
I request,
భయపెడుతున్నావు.
yeah, I request everyone to mute your mic. Session is being live, and request everyone to mute your mic here. So the agenda for this session today has been like you maybe already heard about lot about the cloud computing. So think like it is a kind of a forum. We are trying to understand about how cloud is being different from our on-premises, and we'll try to understand where do we need to start your journey. Most of the members maybe it's the first time he's been hearing about or learning about a cloud platform. When you search on internet or a Google, you may be seeing a different roadmap for a cloud computing. So network journey has been trying to give you some mentorship about where do we need to start your journey and possible like after end of this training which vertical or which line you need to travel your career or which direction you need to take your career. You may be from a different vertical, you may be from a SQL database, or you may be from a Windows or Linux administration, or you may be from an architect background, or you may be from a data science or a different background. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to give you a clear roadmap currently where you're standing and which direction you need to travel your next journey. So we'll be having some exercise on a different certification. Currently, it's been available from a Microsoft, and which one has been really helpful for your day-to-day operations. That is the agenda we are planning for today's session here. Let me introduce myself. My name is Robin. I have a total 17 plus years of experience on multi-cloud. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer. My core area is about multi-cloud designing and architect and security side of the cloud. I started my journey with MS-DOS. Then I've been moved on Windows Server 2003 and 2000. Then I've been moved on 2008 and 2012. And right now I'm in handling 2022. Then in between I've been switched in my career into the cloud computing and virtualization. So I was been working as a cloud architect for one of the organization recently, where I was been managing almost 1 lakh plus servers, and my core expertise on administration, networking, and the cloud security and the compliance. That is my overall experience. I'm holding 35 plus certifications on different verticals. That's my background. So we'll do one thing. Let's go around the table. I can see there are many members who's been joined from different cities. I can see people have been joined from globally. So you have a chat window is being enabled for everyone here. You can post your name, which country you have been connected, and your experience on in a cloud technology. The reason it's been like why I'm collecting all this information. When we start moving on into this cloud training, I'll try to connect all my examples or scenario based on your vertical. You may be from a student's background, or you may be already having 15 years of experience or 7 years of experience. So I'll try to connect or my all examples or scenario based on your role. So that will help you to understand how really the cloud has been working. So let's take another 3 to 4 minutes for introducing yourself. We have a large forum is being here today. So around the table, if you're going on in a mic, it's going to take some time. So better we'll do one thing. Let's use the chat window here. Paste your name, from which country you have been connected, your experience on in a cloud platform. Have you attended any kind of a cloud program? You can update all the details on the chat. Let me take a note of that. So who has been starting first? So the person who has been starting first will give you a chocolate. So let's start. So Karthik, you want to start? Your name has been popping over here, or Bobula, you want to start?
Yeah, hi. Hi,
Hey,
this is Karthik. Actually, I'm
hey,
not
Karthik.
able to keep a message in the chart. It seems to be we are
Oh,
not. There is no.
disabled. Okay, okay.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, let me check with the coordinator. So have
Okay.
we chatted? Hey,
Okay, that is
Sagar.
fine.
Yeah. Sagar, who has been available on the backend team. This chat option has been enabled. So we'll do one thing then. Let's go around the table. So yeah, chat has been enabled, I think. So request you to enable the chat for everyone here. So they'll be able to post you their introduction on in the chat. In case if there
Yeah.
is any issue, so we can go the mic as well. So
Okay.
anyway, Karthik, you already started, so apparently we'll be working on that. So Karthik, happy
Yeah.
evening.
So
So
this is myself, Karthik from. I'm having 7 years of experience on networking and security. I'm working for
okay,
one of the organization as a networking background. I'm currently working for the one of the organization.
okay,
I'm from
super.
Hyderabad. Yeah.
Oh, you're from Hyderabad, right?
Yeah.
మీరు బాగున్నారా? So I've been worked in Hyderabad for for
Okay.
quite some time. So few years
Thanks for
before
that.
when I start, yeah. So I can understand few words, but not fluent. But I've been staying in Hyderabad for quite long time and learned all these languages. Good. So you've been working as a L2 or L3. What is that level of the support currently you're doing?
L3. I'm working as a network team lead.
Okay, so you are playing with the Cisco routers and OSPF,
Yes,
RIP
yes,
routing,
yes.
right?
Yeah. Firewalls, mostly on firewalls and
Firewall.
Cisco
Okay,
switches.
great, super. And we are planning to have a discussion on a firewall here, so that's going to be an interesting one. So your experience on a firewall, your experience on in a on-premises, plus my experience on a cloud, we'll have a debate and discussions. So happy to
Sure,
have
definitely.
a network security a person SME has been available on the call. That's been good, Karthik. So we'll have a
Yeah.
nice discussion. We'll be
Yes,
taking a lot of examples which we are really going to face it on in a real-time production.
yes,
So
yes,
thank you
yes,
for a
yes.
nice
Most
introduction, thank Karthik.
easy
Appreciate
application
that.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure, definitely.
appreciate that. Yeah. Who is being going to the next? So we have a network security expertise here. Let's see who is the next and from which vertical.
Yeah, hi, this is Pawan.
Hey, Pavan, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Uh, I'm also working as a network engineer in a data center.
Oh, this is a full batches of network experts. This is good.
Right now, I'm just
And
an L1 right now. We're
so
also dealing with the routers and ISP models and firewalls.
great. So you have a L3 person here. So possible like end of the training program, you can post your resume to Mr. Karthik. So you have option for your career.
Yeah, sure, sure.
This one more also. Okay, good. So good. So you're working as a L1 engineer. That's good.
Yeah. I'm more
And
into interested to see the cloud. What is the cloud networking and all? So I thought of joining
okay,
this
okay,
session. It will be helpful for me also.
definitely, because right now this, if you take any organization, the way the infrastructure has been working, it's been totally, it's been changed. Previously you may be seeing like we have a routers or a switches or a hub, and that was the kind of the infrastructure, physical infrastructure we were available on in the IT companies. Now this is a kind of a hybrid mode, right? You may be having a physical infrastructure and you have a cloud also, it's been available. Yes, you are in the right place, Pawan. This session will
Sure.
help you to improve your career, and wherever you go, so you may be in X companies or Y company, wherever you go, whatever knowledge you are going to be gained from here, that's going to be fruitful for you. So because
Sure.
this batch I can see like we have experienced people here, so the discussion which we are going to do it on the table, that's going to be really it has been helpful for us, because all the PT members has been sitting on in a table, working as a team, trying to understand about the technology. That is the way network journey is going to plan to have this discussion here. It's not, don't expect that this is going to be like Robin has been coming with a PPT and daily has been explaining this. No, that is not the way it's network journey is going to drive the session. We are planning to have a real time case study based with a concept, with ensuring that your foundation is strong and clear, and end of the training you are capable and you are able to handle the technology. That's the way we are planning here. Thank you, Pawan, for a nice intro. Let's move to the
Good
next
man. Thank
present.
you.
So who is next?
Hi, good evening, all.
Hey, good evening.
Yeah, this is Rakesh here, and I'm working with one of the ISP as a L1 engineer. Actually, I'm little bit interested in security, and next future is the cloud. That's why I'm looking for a cloud security, and we're moving further for that. So this will be the informative session. Will be this. So
Okay. So thank you, Ragesh. So you're working on which platform?
actually, I'm working with a ISP, SIFI Technologies, as a L1 engineer.
Oh, you're working as a L1 engineer. Okay, that's
Yeah.
great. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you, Graham. You've been connected from USA. Hey, good morning, Graham. So you're working on in a AWS.
Yeah,
Okay, great.
I can go now. Is my audio good? Is it too low?
It's been little low, Graham, but it's been audible. So that's good. So we have a multi-cloud person also. It's been available here. That's good, Graham.
Okay.
So
All right. Oh, is it lower now? I think it's, or is it better now? I tried flipping my headphones.
yeah, it's been little low. Sound has been little low, but it's been manageable, Graham. So we can hear
Okay,
you.
okay, great. All right. So yeah, I'll just talk about myself. Yeah, I'm in Austin, Texas right now. I moved here for a career. I worked for Spectrum Enterprise for 6 years in an ISP environment. I did a number of different roles. I started as a kind of a help for on-site techs. They would call in, and I would put the final config on the CPE, customer premise equipment, and I did a number. I mean, it was 6 years there, so I did a number of things, pure networking things, uh, things with software as well. So my main skills are networking. Right now I have a CCNA, but earlier in my career I had a CCNP and JNCI, PSP. I was going for the Juniper expert exam for service provider, and I made all my study for that because wasn't a lot of resources online, so to contribute to that, I made my own YouTube channel using all public resources to try to help anyone else who was going for that. So right now I'm in a transition. The pandemic changed a lot of things for me. And one of the things I want to do is keep working remote. And I think a lot of cloud platforms enable that. A lot of network engineering can require like data center access and stuff. So like Azure is exciting to me because like Microsoft released was the first to release ChatGPT 4 with Bard. So like I think a lot of these platforms are going to be integrated with AI, which I think is definitely the next big wave in technology. So right now, what I've been doing is, I mean, first of all, applying for jobs. I'll be fine for a few months, but eventually I'm going to need a job. So applying for jobs, trying to keep my career, professional experience contiguous. And then the next certification I really got my eye on right now is the LPIC, because I feel like I just need to improve my foundation and fundamentals.
Thank you, Graham, for a detailed introduction. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
So I'll do one thing, team. I have noted Graham all your input here. So let me introduce how this training has been planned today. This is basically a demo session today, just to understand how we are planning to deliver this session or the program. Then I'll go to around the table. We'll have a detailed intro here. So about this program, we'll be discussing, you'll already maybe receive this class hours. The coordinator will be sending you the details about the timing part, what time it's been starting. Is it on the early on the US play time, or it's the evening on in the India time? You will be getting all the notification about this training program well in advance. All this training facility or the training meeting link and details will be shared with you. And whatever contents or a deck or a presentation which you are planning to use it here, that will be shared in a PDF document. So in the repository, we'll have the coordinator will be giving you the details about how to access this repository. You will be getting a details about this whatever presentation network journey is being used to use for this training. Additional to that, I'll be giving you some handouts. I'll be preparing some practical oriented handout also with a simple words and the step-by-step procedure that will give you more insight about this training program or this technology. That also will be uploaded on in the portal, and we'll be giving you the lab questions as well. That also it's been a step-by-step procedure. Rest all it's been like we all are professionals here. In case if you due to some personal emergency or official emergency, if you're not able to access to the session, you have a still I'll be available to for you, like whenever you want to have a discussion. Always I'm here to help you have a ready to extend you the timings in case if you have any doubt. We are always approachable here. So end of the day, what we are planning, it's been like the we want the session needs to be fruitful to you. So we both are been spending the time. We want the technology needs to be able to help you for moving to a next level. So that's about the facility part. Coming on to how course has been structured here. So it's been structured more into a Microsoft official certification based program. AZ700 is the course we are starting here. Is basically the networking course we are starting. So we have been we are planning to cover all the programs or the topics or the services which really needed for clearing your AZ700 exam and the cloud security as well. End of the training or end of the program, we'll be giving you some sample questions also, which really you can expect for, or which is really it's been coming for writing this exam. When you go for appearing the vendor exam or a vendor or the Microsoft exam, what are the common questions you can expect? So we'll be giving you some pattern of that question also. This is going to be presentation based training plus whatever sessions we are covering here. This will have a lab access and lab demo also. For example, like if I'm covering a firewall, I'll be discussing about a case studies, which scenario you're going to use it a firewall, and I'll be giving a demo of or the theory portion or the concept about firewall. Then I'll be taking you to the demo of how the firewall can be implemented in a practical way with a case study. I'll be using a whiteboard. Whenever we have a session, we'll have a whiteboard will be available. So that will be like your college or like a school. You may be attended a lot of vendor trainings here also. So I'll be using a whiteboard. So whatever sessions we've been discussing, we'll be using a white for explaining this one. I'm just explaining you how the session has been planned for this next couple of days, because we need to ensure that all your questions or a doubt needs to be clarified in the day one, because they want to spend time on this facility or this kind of discussion. We need to ensure that we all are on the same page. So I'll be using this kind of a whiteboard for explaining the case studies or a scenarios here. And we have a lab also, it's been available. So we have a live lab will be available. So whatever sessions or a module we are covering, so we'll be connecting to Microsoft portals and explaining here. So we have a live demo also, it's been available yet. So we have a live demo which will be available on in a Microsoft portal. That is the way the lab is been performed. Now, all of us may be aware that cloud is going to be the next journey here. Let me give you a few examples here, especially on in a Microsoft side. Right now, when you go back to your office, as Graham said, like he was been working on in a AWS for quite long time, you may be able to see there are different vendors available in the market who is been capable to provide your cloud solutions. For example, like if you take your home, you may be able to see there are many internet service providers are available who has been providing the internet connection to you. Basically, we used to call it as it's a ISP, internet service provider. Similar way, if you take your organizations, there are many vendors are available in the market who has been capable to provide cloud solution to you, like a Google or a Microsoft, Amazon. These are the three leading players who can able to see in the market who has been capable to provide cloud solution. The cloud solution available from Microsoft, that basically known as Microsoft Azure, the product, the cloud product available from a Microsoft, basically known as Microsoft Azure. The cloud product available from Amazon, that basically known as AWS. You may be heard about Amazon or AWS. You may be used the e-commercial portal, right? The same vendor is got a cloud solution also, that basically known as AWS. Google also, it's been moved on into the cloud solutions. The cloud solution available from a Google, it's basically known as GCP. It's basically known as GCP here. Now, when you move on into the cloud models or the CSP, basically all these vendors is basically known as CSP, the cloud service provider. Don't think that only Google or Microsoft or Amazon is available in the market. No, you may be able to see there are many other players also available in the market who has been capable to provide cloud solution to us, like Alibaba, HP, VMware, Salesforce, Rackspace. There are many vendors are available who has been capable to provide cloud solution to us. So basically, all these players are basically known as CSP. Right now, I'm just starting from a scratch because we have a people from a different background. We have a security expert, we have a firewall expert, but I need to ensure that our foundation is being clear and strong first. You may be already working on it, but I need to ensure that in case if there is any gap or in case if there is some concept doubt if you have, I want to ensure that that's been answered here during this discussion. That's the reason I thought like, let's start from a scratch here, then we'll be moving on into the cloud networking. Now, where do we need to begin here? For example, like when you go for purchasing a mobile, you have a lot of vendors is been available, but similar way when it is coming on in a cloud also, you can able to see we have a VMware, Microsoft, AWS, Google, many players are available. So this session is been focusing more on in the Microsoft side. So we are focusing more on Microsoft Azure side. So the training has been focusing more on Microsoft Azure. Then later stage, we'll be switching to other multi-cloud products. So this day, it's been starting with Microsoft. Now, when you're moving on in the Microsoft side, you may be seeing there are many verticals are available in the market. What Microsoft is being done based on your job role, based on the whatever work you are doing, you may be able to say there are many role or certifications are available. For example, like in case if I am from a Microsoft Azure administration background, No point of going and doing a 365 training, right? Or 365 learning. So what Microsoft has been done, beautifully they have been organized or drafted their certifications and planning program. Now based on your job role, based on your interest or your passion, you are getting a lot of option to move forward. All these details you can able to see on in a Microsoft Cloud portal. If you take to Microsoft portal here, you just go to browse my ISO certification. You can able to see the Microsoft portal here. There is a certification window, or basically known as learn.microsoft.com. You can able to see this portal here. On the left side of the portal, you may be able to see you have getting a flexibility to filter based on the product, or you are getting an option for filtering based on the role also. Let me take a option here saying that I want to move, as a Robin want to move to a network administrator role. I'm selecting this needs to be selected in Azure. I'm selecting this is being configured as a network engineer here. I selected this needs to be configured network administrator. So on the right side of the screen, Microsoft is saying, hey, Robin, you need to do this other training program. And you can go one by one, and based on your interest, you have all the handouts or the materials is been readily available on in the learn.microsoft itself. For example, like if I'm taking AZ700, this is the one certification right now we are discussing here. So here you can able to see, if you take this screen here you can able to see it's been beautifully, it's been organized the materials here, and you can able to see the handout is been available in the portal itself. Previously, a few years before, when you go for Microsoft training, we used to get it a soft copy or a PDF copy, or what we can say like hard copy also. A few years before, it's almost a 10 to 12 years before, when I was attending some Microsoft programs, we used to give a PDF copy or a hard copy of the material. Right now that strategies got changed here. Right now you don't need to even log into Microsoft portal. It's been handout has been readily available in the portal itself. For example, like right now you can able to see Microsoft is very beautifully has been organized the learning material, seeing that, hey Robin, for understanding this AZ700 exam, you need to complete 8 module, and the handout is been available here. You can able to see there are 11 chapters I need to complete it. So I can just open here. Very beautifully they have been explained with a scenario based or with a node, or it's been like case studies based information is being updated here. You can see very beautifully Microsoft is being organized here. And end of the uh, chapter or end of the module, you may be able to see there is a assessment also it's been given here. What I'm trying to say here is, in case if you want to go for any of the Microsoft certification, I'm not sticking to one certification here. Based on your passion or based on your requirement, you have option to go to Microsoft portal, and from there you can able to select the right certification. Now, I'm into this industry for a quite long time. I've been working as an architect. I've been working as a subject matter expert on different platforms. My advice is always for you, it's complete the training or complete the self-study first, then go for the assessment part. I've seen most of the times people maybe for a namesake or for updating on in a resume, people will go and write some certification. But when you go for a real-time interview, or it's like a ground level handling the project, people may be not having sufficient information about that. So assessment is going to be a tough job. So first you need to complete the self-study, then we can have a assessment needs to be completed here. So that's the important point you need to remember here. So you have a training and you have a assessment is been available. So always I prefer you to complete the training and self-study first, then you can go for the assessment. Now, when it is coming on in a Microsoft site, these are the few paths I prefer you to complete. First one, you have a fundamental is been available. Then you have an associate program is been available. Then you have an expert program also. So you need to complete AZ900, and whatever program right now we are taking or handling, that can be considered as an intermediate certification. In case if you are anyone has been attending first time any cloud training here, can you just comment it on the chat? Is anyone is from the batch has been attending first time, or it's been not? Uh, anyone has been attended the first time, or
Yes, yes, I'm from first time.
first time. So have you not attended any cloud background, right? No, no problem at all.
No, we had worked on a couple of things, but
Mhm.
didn't attended any training.
Okay, no problem. So I'll make sure that few hours will be spent on the basic part. So that will help us to move to the cloud networking easily. So what I'm trying to say here is, in case if you're not seeing this path, we have a fundamentals has been available and we have an associate here, then you can able to go to the expert part. So I'll have a detailed demo during the next session. Basically, we'll be focusing more on the intermediate part. So in the next session, I'll be giving what are the content is been covered available or it's been covered under the each program. Now, coming on into the Microsoft roadmap, you may be able to see that a number of certification Microsoft is being released. So wherever you are seeing the letter AZ, you can understand that's been related to Microsoft Azure. In case if you are seeing the letter code MS, that's been related to Microsoft 365 program. So today we are discussing about a program called AZ700. Basically, this has been talking about cloud networking. AZ700 is something called as networking background. So this training has been focusing more on the people who has been moving on into the cloud journey. For example, like I'll give you a detail about the details information about that, the training program. This discussion has been covering more about designing and implementing about Microsoft networking solutions. We'll be discussing about starting with how to create a Microsoft Azure account. We'll be discussing about how on-premises network and Azure network is being different. We'll be discussing about how IP address is being configured. You maybe heard about IP address or a subnet mask or subnetting. We'll be discussing about how this has been assigned or it's been configured on in a Azure scenario. Then we'll be moving about configuring a VNet. We'll be discussing about how IP address can be configured on in a cloud scenario. We'll be discussing about a concept like VNet peering. For example, like in case if you have been configuring a networking on different Microsoft data center, how this can be connected each other. You may be seeing like when you are implementing a networking on in a on premises, you maybe use a switch or a router kind of a concept, right? Right now on in a cloud, you don't have any physical device or you don't have any access to the physical infrastructure. So we'll be discussing about how we can able to implement a cloud in a virtual mode. So we'll be discussing about firewall. We'll be discussing about a concept like a natting. We'll be discussing about blacklist or whitelist. We'll be discussing about a concept of routing or routing protocol. We'll be discussing about how to connect to on-premises data center. Some of the situation customer is saying like, no, I don't want to migrate my entire infrastructure. I want to go for some kind of a model called hybrid connectivity. So we'll be discussing about VPN. There is a concept called P2S or a site to site and something called as express route. So we'll be discussing about how VPN is being implemented. We'll be discussing about how to integrate your cloud data center and on-premises data center. What are the requirements we have for doing that? And we'll be discussing about different routing protocol. You maybe heard about OSPF or RIP or EAGRP or a static route kind of a concept in a on-premises. We'll try to see how this can be implemented in a cloud scenarios. And we'll be discussing about a option of traffic balance, basically known as load balancing. When you have a configured a multiple web server, I need to ensure that the load or whatever traffic is been hitting on my servers, it needs to be balanced to different servers. So we'll try to see about how load balancing is being enabled. And we'll be discussing about a couple of network security term also, like a DAD concept. You may be in a cyber security, you may be heard about a defense in depth. So we'll be discussing about the framework of defense in depth. We'll be moving on into the Microsoft Azure firewall. And finally, we'll be landing on in the monitoring and troubleshooting also. Because once you implemented your server, it's your responsibility to ensure that completely you're monitoring your network infrastructure. If something is goes wrong, you need to have a mitigation plan, and we need to know what are the type of the issues you are going to face it in a cloud infrastructure. So this all services or module will be explained in a case study based, and this is being shown in a live demo. That is the way the session is being planned here. Now, coming on into our approach here, you have a detailed course material or course schedule. This will be shared well in advance. What are the topic we are going to cover during the session that will be discussed with you. And our approach is going to be a three-pronged approach here. You will have a presentation and that will be shared with you. You will have a live demo, and in between you'll have a live assessment also. Live assessment is not for um, publishing something on in a portal, or I'm not going to display it in a public forum. That's for yourself, because you are spending a personal time for attending a session. So you need to have a periodic self evaluation. We need to understand where I'm currently standing. Am I able to follow this session, or am I going on the right path? So you need to have some kind of a self evaluation. So before the starting the session, you will be getting a pre assessment, and every module you will have an on training assessment, puzzles, quizzes that will be shared. And end of the training, you will have a post assessment question. And addition to that, we will help you for some uh, common question which you can expect for exam also. And I have advice to you. Don't think that, hey, this is a rocket science. Hey, there is something different technology has been studying. It's going to be a tough time, and the instructor is going to be a very tough person, and I'm not understanding. I'm not able to follow. Not at all. I'm always an approachable person here. You can ask your doubt in any language, not only language. I can speak Malayalam, I can speak Tamil, Telugu, then I can understand Kannada and English and Hindi also. So in case if you want to ask any question, don't worry. So open up, ask your question. If you want to ask 100 times, ask it. And if you want to extend the training and you're thinking like, no, Robin, I'm not clear about this exam, or I'm not clear about this scenario, you explain it me again. I'm happy to help you. So the end of the day, my intention and the network journey intention, you need to ensure that the session needs to be fruitful to you. We are not just timely bounded saying that, hey, 40 hours we need to finish this training because I need to take another batch. No, not at all. I am always available to you as a mentor. Let's take it as a kind of a professional connect. So ensure that this relationship and the way we have been taking, don't think this is a kind of a training. This kind of a, we all are part of a same team. We are sitting together, understanding about a new technology, understanding about a different angle or a view, seeing different problems. Like when you implement a firewall, Karthik is saying, no, when I have experience like a 10 years back, when I implemented a firewall, I got some attack like this. So let's put this kind of examples on in the table, see the different opinions, see the different approach. That will help you more practical way of understanding this technology. That is the way we are planning this session here. So I have a one advice also to you. This is going to be a little uh, challenging and complex also. I'm not saying that I don't want to take a panic. I just have only one simple advice. Make sure that whatever discussions we are doing, take a note. Think like you're back to school. So you may be remembering like now schools is been open, right? Your vacation is over. Start ensuring that you're taking a note, practice yourself. You may have to practice 100 times, okay? Because when you're attending this session, you may be thinking like, hey, it's very easy. We need to click next, 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 and I'm a network expert. No, not at all. There is some effort needed from your side also. Active learning means that you need to take a note. Whatever discussions we are doing, put a rough note, put in a one note, or you take a hard copy and think like you're back to school and you started your schooling again. That will help you. Even after my 70 years of experience, still whatever learnings I'm doing, I will always carry a notebook or a diary. I used to write it here. Hey, this is an example, this is a scenario, because that helped me to understand wherever I'm going, my concept has been clear here.
Yeah.
Any
So
other question?
did you mention the course fee in the last talk? Actually, we had missed like last 3 minutes of talk actually.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
was mentioning,
you're
yeah.
telling something.
Anything related to the pricing or a course fees or admission, I hope on the chat window you are able to see the backend team details. For admission, contact us. There is a email ID and detail is been given. So you can connect with our backend team. They will help you on the pricing or admission or the facility part. I'll be the trainer for this entire module. So the delivery will be done by me. And anything related to the admission, you can connect with the backend team. The detail has been already shared on the chat. Now, in case if you're not seen that, let me see. I can paste it again. Yeah, I have option to paste it
Oh,
again.
we got it. We got it.
Yeah, in case if anyone has been missed, please use this one. Okay, I just reposted that message on the chat here. Any other questions from anyone regarding this training or any doubt? So
You,
I'll answer
you are
it right now.
currently you're sitting in. I mean, you are from.
Uh, Basically, I'm from Kerala, but I used to travel to almost all the parts. So last week I was in Dubai, and next week
Okay.
I'm traveling to Qatar. So I've been used to traveling to different place. Basically, I take care of the Microsoft trainings.
Oh, okay. Great.
So today I've
Robin,
just land.
again, your voice is breaking. I can't able to hear you.
It's been not good now.
Yeah, it's been good, no? But in the meanwhile, it's getting breaking out. The
Yeah,
point of
I'll
time you
look
are
into that.
explaining something.
Yeah, yeah. I will
Yeah,
just. Is it better now? No, not sure what happened. Is it
yeah.
because some
Actually,
overflood on the platform, or not sure that because I can able to see the stable internet on my secondary laptop. I put a band with this one speed test and connectivity. I'm not seeing any kind of a fluctuation or flap on the network side. Anyway, I've been taken this as a feedback. I'll look into that part. Okay, I'll have a word with my vendor as well.
sure, Robin.
Yeah, thank you, Pawan. Thank you for that
Karthik,
feedback.
I have a quick question.
Yes, Sudhakar. Good evening. Happy evening.
Yeah, good evening, Karthik. Karthik, is this a basic training or are we using through any implementing any scenarios, not only with Azure or any third party firewalls at the security level things, or it's a basic Azure on what we are working on the VPNs, because I'm mostly checking on the security part.
Okay, so basically, Sudhakar, we have a three phases there for this training program. First phase is been like we'll ensure that our foundation has been strong and clear because when you're making a home, always we make sure that our foundation is strong, right? So we'll be spending few hours for making our foundation is strong. That means Azure fundamentals or network Azure cloud networking fundamental. Then I will be moving on the cloud networking. Then I'll be moving on to the case study and the implementation designing side. That is the way the session plan is a kind of a it's a mix of basic plus advanced.
What I'm checking is actually I have done my AZ700
Mhm.
and I have done my AZ104 and 900 for courses, and I have given my AZ104 training and the certification also. But mostly I'm looking on I'm a network guy, so I'm
Okay,
looking on
good.
the networking part.
Okay, so yeah, got your point. So congrats for clearing all that certification. So this training has been focusing more on the AZ700 side, Sudhakar. In case if you already done, this may be a little different, right? This is going to be a more practical oriented side of this. We are not just taking on in the official MOC, this one. Official MOC plus practical oriented case study say based we are planning here.
Are we using any pipelines to build it or any
Pipeline we are not, yeah,
scripts?
pipeline or a PowerShell. We are not planning for this module that will be covered under the architect program here. So this will be not covered under the AZ700 program.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions from anyone?
No, not from my end.
So we are just waiting for us to start, right? I mean,
Everyone. What kind of job we can apply after doing this course?
there are three areas you can apply. One is been moved to the cloud networking, cloud SMA roles.
All right. Thanks, man.
Yeah, basically, your SME skill basically you can move to as a uh, subject matter expert on the cloud administration and the networking side. You will not be in a position to handle a security side, but some 20% of the network security component also will be covered here. So we'll be able to switch to network security in the future.
Thank you.
Okay. Any questions from anyone?
Yes, I have a question. So this training is like AZ700 is for the networking part. Is there any other certification for the security part in Microsoft Azure?
Yes, we have something called as AZ500. We have another program called AZ500 that's completely focusing more on the cloud network security and cloud security. AZ500 is the training program. Dibankar, you can do it.
Okay, basically like for a guy who is on the network security part, managing the firewalls mainly, like Palo Alto, Cisco, PSA, Fortinet, for checkpoint. So what will be the like the path that one should follow for the moving into the security means from the firewall background towards the cloud security. So what should the path that we can follow?
Yeah, there is a 3 training program you can do it. One is whatever training program you're attending, AZ700. Then you can move to AZ500. Then you can move to the architect side, 305. These are the 3 mandatory training you need to do, whether in case if you're from a firewall or a networking or on-premises background. This is the recommended path from Microsoft.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
For the beginner, which one is the perfect? Like it's Azure 700 or like
for a beginner, AZ900 is the starting course. I just pasted on the chat. AZ900, AZ104, then go for AZ700. This is the right roadmap, Muhammad, for you. I just pasted the details on the chat.
Yeah, I got it.
So I think a good hope all are clear about this training part. So requesting you to connect to the backend team. Then next day we'll be starting the training sessions officially. So we'll be going on in the technique.
Again, voice is breaking.
Robin, your voice is not at all audible.
Session. Request everyone to connect to the backend team for your admission and details. In case if you want to know anything about more about this training sessions, happy to help you. So you can connect with our backend team. Hello. Hello. Am I audible? Hello, it's audible.
It's breaking voice.
Hello. Is it audible?
Are you on Bluetooth? Are you on Bluetooth?